Hello everybody, my name is Meisterbloo, and this is going to be a video response to Gigguk from the Anime Zone's video on the golden age of anime. If you haven't seen that video, it will be in the very top of the description. You can go there and check it out. You're going to want to watch it first, because if you watch these in reverse order, things might get a little scrambled. And to Gigguk, in the off chance that you end up seeing this, I just wanted to first and foremost say that thanks, man, because about 2-3 years ago, back when I first started this new channel, you helped me get on my feet by letting me put a video response to your Attack on Titan video, and it really did help me out a lot when I was just getting started, because when I was just getting started, I had left a previous channel and wasn't really getting anywhere with this new one, but thanks to you letting me do that, it really did help, so thanks a lot, man. So his video is on a thing called the Golden Age of Anime, and it basically talks about what we view as a Golden Age of Anime and why we view it as that. It could be mainly because it's the anime generation that we grew up with, or it's the anime generation that we really started to get into the medium with, and all sorts of things that can lead you to believe that this one portion of the entire community is the best out of all of them. And it's really interesting that this video came out, because about a week ago I got in an argument with somebody because they are a classic fanatic. They think that anything that isn't classic era stuff, including, and that's mainly video games, but they also view the same thing with anime and movies, like if it's not classic, it is shit, and they hate it. There are the occasional exceptions here and there, but mainly when they find an exception, they attribute it to it having elements of the classics in it. And for those of you who don't know, I love things from all across the medium. I don't have a specified, favorite in any genre or in any time period or anything like that. If it interests me, if it has aspects that appeal to me, I don't care where it came from or really what it is, I end up liking it. And this person argued so much to push me into the idea that, yeah, these new things that you like, they're not good because the classics were way better. So much so that I actually put a Tumblr post. I kind of ranted a bit on Tumblr about it, and I'll put the Tumblr post up here while I read it. The idea of classic versus new is one that's always on the battlefield of our fandoms. The idea that nothing can beat the classics because they made art with what little they had, or the belief that the classics are too dated and don't really fit in anywhere among the innovations of modern art. Regardless of which side you take on this debate, I urge you to take a moment and just think about this. Why does it matter? Why does one have to be better than the other? In my geekiness, my history and passion lies with video games and anime, funnily enough two of the biggest targets for this fighting, so I'll mainly be focusing on those while writing this. I've heard every argument from which has the most groundbreaking visuals, which has the best story, the best music, which shows more passion on the side of the creators, which one has more pandering to certain audiences, and while debate like this is healthy for the medium, all I ever see is a pathetic search for personal validation at the expense of a personal validation of another person. This is stupid. Here's how the media works, people. We take the revolutionary things of the past, remove or try to improve upon what didn't work, and press forward in the hopes of creating something beautiful. Something that the future of the respective medium can look back on and do the same with. It's a never-ending cycle leading to an impossible perfection. We respect the good things from the past and move on utilizing what they left us with. To those on the side of the classics, believe me, we know how monumental your favorite games and anime are. Without them, the industries would have died out long before any of us had the opportunity to enjoy them. And when new stuff comes, you have to be able to take off the nostalgia goggles and realize that what's new isn't trying to replace what's old. Remember, there was a lot of trash back in your day too, but you, along with the rest of us, choose to forget those. To those on the side of innovation, just because something is newer and has a bigger budget, more recognizable names, and generally more skilled people working on it, doesn't mean that what they'll make is amazing. Sometimes one major thing missing from the new material is something, well, new. And remember that just because what you love may be flashier, smoother, or whatever compliments you can think to staple on, the things we remember the most about the past are the innovations they brought to the table back in the day. The present world of our geeky media needs the past to look to for inspiration. But we have to remember to also try and push forward like they did without abandoning the goldmine they left for us. Because someday the future of anime and gaming will look back on us the same exact way. Do we want to fight with them, or do we want to see them make something really great with our favorite things? The basic gist I was trying to get across with this message is that we can't confine ourselves to just one time period in any of our media, because time's constantly moving and our media is constantly trying to keep up with it. In regards to Gigguk's question on what is your golden age of anime, personally, I grew up watching Pokemon and Cardcaptor Sakura and Digimon on a day-to-day basis. When I was getting into middle school, I started getting into manga, and Shaman King was at the forefront of that, but around that point I also met somebody that I would end up dating who hated anime. And because I wanted to make this person happy, I fell out of the medium. Something that I regret because I missed a lot. I missed a few years of really great stuff being released. And then when I came back into the medium a few years after we broke up, I looked at everything that I was missing and it drew me all right back in. And I didn't start with what was coming out when I got back into it. I went and looked at all the stuff that I had missed, so I pretty much caught up on it. Chobits was the very first thing I started coming back with, and then I went into stuff like Fullmetal Alchemist, and then Soul Eater, and eventually onto the newer stuff at the time, like Gurren Lagann and everything. So I don't really know if I have a golden age of anime, because I can look back at the stuff that I watched as a kid when I was first getting into the stuff, and I can laugh my ass off at that. So yeah, I honestly have no idea what my golden age of anime would be, because I grew up into it, but then I dropped out of it, and then when I came back into it, I went backwards and watched the stuff that I had missed, so I'm scattered all over the place with this. But yeah, I've rambled on for way too much time, so I'm gonna call this video, of course, continuing with this little thing, if you have any anime that you want to talk about, or what your golden age is, go make a video of it. It's really fun to cause big discussions to happen on YouTube, especially because if you get a bunch of YouTubers who like a lot of the same things together, we can talk for freaking hours. Gigguk, if you ever get to see this video, thank you again for helping me out back when I first started. You're real awesome, dude. And to everybody else, I will see you all in the next video, so until then, peace out.